So let me add to that. You see, they were not just changing for changing's sake. The gramophone play around a particular area. We needed to have more sound to play in a larger area. That is why we started developing from the gramophone to reel. So at the level of reel to reel, we're having this one. We can connect to have amplified sound, and when the gramophone will only speak to the speaker that is attached to it. So the sound blast is limited to the particular environment where this particular horn can speak. But then when you have the reel to reel now, we started having amplified sound systems, and it is more compact because the tape has a more compact recording facilities. The disadvantages of the disc, as we were talking about scratching, is that when you have some scratch, everything scratching, you are missing part of the information. So the information is more stored in a compact system, and this makes it durable. It stays longer than if you're having a scratch in terms of using, moving, turning, and if you force and things like that. So this is where we take it out. But then at the time that you have to start amplifying the sound, you need to get, we came back to the vinyl, this vinyl player, this turntable. The turntable is a replica of the gramophone, but then that can be amplified, you know. So,
the difference between the gramophone and the turntable. This one can connect to
exactly.
an amplified
exactly.
So that can,
the sound can go to a larger extent. But then the same problem is still facing. Now we solve the problem of having sound going out, but we did not solve the problem of keeping the data, the information. Because when you have a small line here, it will be skipping. When you are playing a song, it will come and skip. So now, that is now to make it more compact. That is when the cassette was developed. Cassette having their own saying that it has to play to one end, and then you rewind or you turn and play the other side before you come. And that was almost like looking like reel to reel. So it's a replica. It is time that is changing from one to the other. Two of them intelligently put together is what has been put in a compact disc, which is here. So when we left with the cassette that you see here, now the information has the cassette, we had cuts, you cut, and then from time to time you keep it. It was cumbersome and a bit bigger. So we went now into micro writing, small compact discs, but they have their own limitations also. So from the compact disc, you can store, but with climatic conditions and things like that, you are going to be losing the data, or magnetic, because they are magnetic fields. So if you put it in a magnetic environment, you are going to straighten it up and you'll not be having to write down. That was recorded in. So that is when they started doing the MP3 recording in the flash disk. So compact disc came right to flash disk. And now flash disk has given way to the cloud. So now you don't even have any disk to keep it. You store your music in somebody's memory space that has been created in one in the cloud. So you do streaming without necessarily having a particular disk that is keeping. So you use somebody's storage area. That is where we are today. So if you look from time from the 17th 1877 to 2021, I think we have gone more than 150 years. So that is how, yes, we are more than a century, but this is how music has been evolving in terms of entertainment. Thank you. Any questions?
Any question from anybody?
A distinguished gentleman who will lead us in an open prayer in the Islamic way. And Steve, could you kindly get me the proper name and the real name, everything, information about the name of the gentleman, our father, who will do the open prayer in the Islamic tradition. That's it. Thank you.
Please,
may you lead us in the opening prayer.
The creator of all creatives, and especially the creator of the composers, the performers, the producers, and all lovers of music. We commit this edition of Ariya unto you, as it is designed to commemorate our musical journey as a nation, and to celebrate all those who in one way or the other have helped in making it possible for us to get to this point as a nation. May your presence abide with us. May you guide our leaders at every level. May you keep our musicians strong. And at the end of today's event, Father, may we have every reason to return all the glory unto you. Finally, Father, we pray that you will continually prosper our musical journey in the years to come. May the labors of our veterans never be in vain. And may you continue to inspire generations to come, that together we may build a great nation under your banner. For in Jesus' mighty name we pray.
We are going to ask this band Thank you, Mama. We'd like to recognize our fathers in the house. Àwọn bàbá wa kábíyèsí ọba Èkó ti ìlú Èkó tí ó ń host program Ariya Èkó yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi kí wọn ní gbogbo wa.
Lójú ọba ìlú Èkó, ọba Wàríwá, Oṣùwọ̀lálé, Àrẹ̀mú, Àkíolú, Adépẹ́lórí, kí bàtà. A sì máa ṣe àfihàn yín bó ṣe tọ́ àti bó ṣe yẹ ní kòpẹ́kòpẹ́.
that we both worked together for many years at the University of Lagos Center for Cultural Studies. One of Nigeria's foremost female singers, an international star, a fantastic actress. I mean, I do not know whether some of us know that Stella Monye was, one of the very frontline actresses on NTA in those days. She acted a lead roles in so many television series. And after slide, are we ready, my people? I should give you, 2 seconds. Yes. I give you 2 seconds. And but of course, Stella, I understand, is in the house. She's already here with us. It's not only Stella that's going to be honored here today. We also have Toye and our father, Chief Abeni Obey, commander himself. We also have Dele Abiodun. But of course, when I was growing up, a lot of people would wait for me after, we used to have what you call cultural day, in the secondary school. And my favorite song was composed. In fact, all my favorite songs were composed by Dele Abiodun. I remember this very one, which says,
And right about now, Exo will be joining us on stage.
Thank you.
your citation. Let's give a round of applause to this victim. It's not people. We are celebrating Stella Monye. So stand back and listen to her citation. Okay. Stella Ada Monye. Stella Ada Monye is one of Nigeria's most iconic female voices and an enduring presence in the nation's music industry. Often celebrated as the Samba Queen, Stella Monye rose to prominence in the 1980s with a powerful voice, stage charisma, and socially conscious lyrics that set her apart in an era dominated by male performers. Her hit song, Monye, became an instant classic, making her a household name across Nigeria and beyond. With a unique blend of highlight, pop, and Afro-inspired rhythms, Stella Monye's music carries messages of love, hope, and social reform, earning her admiration not only as a singer, but also as a voice of positive change. Over the years, she has released several timeless songs, performed on major stages, and represented Nigeria internationally, where her artistry has been acclaimed. Beyond performance, Stella Monye has been a mentor and advocate for the rights of female musicians, using her platform to promote gender equality and the recognition of women in the arts. Though sometimes described as underrated, Stella Monye remains a bridge between the old and the new, a resilient healer whose contribution to Nigerian music cannot be diminished. Her music continues to resonate with younger generations, proving the timelessness of her artistry. For her unwavering dedication to music, her role as a pioneering female voice in Nigerian pop culture, and her lifelong commitment to artistry and advocacy, Stella Monye is hereby celebrated and honored at the Ariya Independent Music Festival 2025.
Thank you for being a part of our greatness. We celebrate you.
Next, because of time, we want this program to move very swiftly. But before he comes, we want to titillate, we want to scintillate, we want to, tickle all of you to a bit of Dele Abiodun's music. And so, Mr. Dele, anyway, Dele Abiodun is the one that is coming to receive this honorable award. Brief me. Let's go. Dele Abiodun, Baba.
Citation of Prince Dele, Abeni, Abiodun, and Dele. Admiral Dele, Abiodun. Salawa, C.O.N. Kábíyèsí bàbá, ẹ kú ìdílé, ẹ máa wọlé, ẹ máa rọra. Àti gbogbo àwọn olóyè tí wọ́n wà pẹ̀lú wọn, gbogbo ẹ̀rọ táwa ní ẹ̀rọ ti ṣe kábíyèsí o. Kádé pẹ́ lórí bàbá. Salawa, C.O.N. Onírù ti ìlú Ìlú. Ẹ káàbọ̀ bàbá. The Admiral is a legendary Nigerian juju musician whose name is anonymous. Admiral Abiodun, fondly called the Admiral Super King, is a legendary Nigerian juju musician whose name is synonymous with creativity, resilience, and excellence beginning to Lagos in the 1960s. We are in pursuit of dream despite daunting challenges. In 1969, he formed his band, Sweet Breeze, which later evolved into the Top Hitters Band, marking the beginning of a career that would span decades. His innovative style of juju, which is listening at down south, distinguished him from his contemporaries and earned him widespread acclaim. By blending traditional Yoruba rhythm with modern instrumentation, Admiral Dele not only entertained but also redefined juju music for his generation and beyond. His albums, including classics such as Itan, Adele, and Soiring Time, stand as enduring testaments to his mastery of sound and storytelling. Beyond his music, Admiral Dele has been a dedicated leader within the Nigerian music industry, serving as president of the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria, (PMAN), where he championed the welfare and recognition of Nigerian musicians. For his trailblazing contributions to juju music, his creation of the Adama sound, and his lifelong commitment to the growth and dignity of the Nigerian music industry, Admiral Dele Abiodun is hereby honored as the Ariya Independent Music Festival 2025. Can we have a standing round of applause? He has done so well. What is Stella, Baba Monye?
sir. Sir.
Baba, you are part of Nigeria's greatness. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. We are honored to have you.
Today is a great day, and I dedicate this my award to my daughter who just passed on. She passed away recently. And so, may I so rest in peace. Fún bàbá olúwọ̀n ló dá wa sí tọ́jọ́ ìní àánìlọ́sán àìláyòrò tó ṣọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ tó ṣọ́ wa lọ pẹ̀lú àbórí àdúpẹ́ hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Sir, congratulations. When you have a king, you know, every king have a queen. So on the day, King Joseph Friday for his award.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Bless you, my brother. Thank you. Innovator, renowned for creating and popularizing the unique musical form known as Bolojo music. With vision, creativity, and deep cultural insights, he transformed traditional rhythms into a vibrant genre that not only entertain but also serve as a powerful tool for social reformation. But the music under the mastery of King Joseph Friday became more than just sound. It became a movement. Through its rhythm, dance, and lyrical content, it sought to reform minds, uplift communities, and inspire positive change in society. Its music reached people across generations, using melody as a medium to address issues of morality, discipline, and cultural pride. As a performer, King Joseph Friday
was known for his commanding stage presence and ability to connect with audiences of diverse backgrounds. His innovative artistry ensured that Bologna music secured its place as a significant cultural expression within Nigeria's rich cultural landscape, musical landscape. Beyond his personal success, King Joseph Friday's work has continued to inspire young musicians to embrace indigenous rhythms, proving that music rooted in tradition can remain timeless and relevant in modern society. For his pioneering creation of Bologna music, his dedication to using music as a tool for reformation, and his enduring legacy as a cultural innovator, King Joseph Friday is hereby celebrated and honored at the Ariya Independent Music Festival 2025. All right.
Look at this side. Photograph, sir. Look at this side. Look at this side.
Celebration. I thank you. And I bring the candidates here present. I am a traditional chief Ashwadi of a gorilla. I respect the candidates. I greet the candidates. This award to my late beloved wife, Mutian Odiodawe, who left me when we were just talking. She lost a French husband. She was greeting her. After that, she said she wanted to send message, and she wrote the message. She read it to me. I told her, no, I don't want the word death and the death of your husband. I don't want to get death because death is too much. So she should use the list. Look at me. What is the difference meaning between death and the list? And he said, shall I send the message? I said,
She sent the message and laid her head on my leg, not knowing that that was exactly with me as I did. I was talking about 4 minutes. He said, "Are you not hearing me?"
For the next awardee, that will be Queen Salawa Abeni. Salawa Abeni.
undisputed Waka queen, whose voice, resilience, and artistry have made her a cultural treasure for over 4 decades. Born in Epe, Lagos State, she began her musical career at the tender age of 15, when most young girls were still under parental care. In 1976, she released a debut album on the Dele Records, which became an instant hit and announced her as a powerful new voice in Nigerian traditional music. From that moment, Queen Salawa Abeni's name became synonymous with Waka music, the genre rooted in Yoruba oral tradition. Over the years, she not only popularized Waka music, but also elevated it to international recognition, becoming the first female Nigerian recording artist to sell over 1 million copies of an album. That is very outstanding. Can you clap for her? Thank you. Our powerful stage presence, lyrical depth, and ability to connect with audiences earned our admiration across social, cultural, and generational divides. Despite personal and professional challenges, Queen Salawa Abeni has been made the force of resilience and relevance. Her contribution to Nigerian music has paved the way for younger female artists, breaking barriers in an industry once dominated by men. Today, she continues to be celebrated as a living legend and cultural Monye for her pioneering role in making Waka music a national and international phenomenon, her resilience as an enduring female icon, and her lifelong dedication to Nigerian music and culture. Queen Salawa Abeni is hereby celebrated and honored at the Ariya Independence Music Festival. Now we have a very loud standing ovation for a living legend, female musical icon.
She is just Nigeria celebrates you. Yes. You are not just the Waka queen, you are the queen herself. You are the queen herself. You celebrate you. Congratulations.
I started my music career at the age of 9 years old. And I did my first album at the age of 13 years. It's going to be 50 years I did my first album in memory of the great Salawa Muhammad in 1976. Thank you. Small guy of that day. I discovered my meaning is by God's grace. And she wanted to pray. Thank you so much for the organizers of Ariya. Thank you for me to be like troubling the people that are sending to my house. It's not alcohol. It's shared the Lord. I do I love Valerie. Esho Modupe. Thank you. To Almighty Allah, to my lovely children, Salawa organization, my darling husband and Rashid Abolade. Thank you so much.
There is someone like I said there is a place like Lagos. I travel over land, I travel over Lagos to me.
Thank you.
I travel over land, I travel over sea. No place like Lagos to me.
Thank you so much. All right, so right now, it is time to bring on. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, 45 Market Street, and make it also Alex O. He's there. Alex O, I saw him earlier on. Where do you? Alright. So let's read the citation of Dr. Timak, composer, producer, and cultural ambassador, whose career has spanned more than 4 decades of groundbreaking contributions to music in Nigeria and across the globe. Of Swiss Nigerian heritage, Dr. Timak's musical journey began with classical training, which he later blended with African rhythms to create a distinct sound that set him apart on the international stage. His global recognition was sealed with his association with the Euro disco hits, Fly through symphonies, compositions, and advocacy. His awards and recognitions, including the Member of the Order of the Federal Republic, MFR, stand as testament to his influence and impact. And so for his pioneering global career as a flautist, well, sometimes you see his flutist, his endearing role as a cultural ambassador, and his legacy as co-founder of Muson, Nigeria's foremost music school, Dr. Timak Omashola is saying MFR is hereby celebrated and honored at the Ariya Independent Music Festival 2025. Congratulations. A round of applause for him.
I will thank you for being one of the finest and the very best of the drivers.
Thank you. Let me say it in music. Welcome, my friends. I hope you have a good time. I state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full by trouble each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I have a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and so it's through, without exception. I planned each other course, each careful step along the highway, and more, much more than this. That was great. I really appreciate the award. Bingo has been a friend with me for many years, and a few years ago, when Chief Events&Parties got his award, I played with my band. Today, I'm bringing one of my protégés, Modola. She will sing and dance for you afterwards. She's one of the upcoming great artist. She will do that afterwards. I'm training her big, and I'm involved. This is from your manager. Oh, she's shy. She said she's not dressed properly. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor. Have a pleasant evening and all your wonderful friends, your Royal Highness, your Cabezis, my dear friend Chief Mr. Salawa, who has played with me together in the 70s. This room is filled with celebrities because all of you are special. Thank you and God bless.
Please welcome on stage, representing the General Overseer of Finance, Mr. Lukwara, for the presentation
writer and cultural visionary. Widely regarded as the pioneer of the Nigerian film industry, his creative genius and artistic courage laid the foundation for what would eventually become Nollywood, the world's second largest film industry. Educated in France and armed with an uncommon passion for storytelling, Abiodun returned to Nigeria in the 1970s and began producing films that captured the complexity, struggles, and triumphs of the African experience. His movies such as Admiral, Ariya, and Monye Power did not only entertain but also confronted social, political, and cultural issues with the real government. These works remain evergreen classics, the brand for their authenticity, artistry, and unapologetic celebration of African identity. As one of the earliest practitioners to explore indigenous languages in cinema, Abiodun used it as both a mirror and Dele, reflecting the realities of the society while guiding future generations towards cultural pride. He also contributed immensely to the growth of video cinema, becoming one of the architects of a movement that democratized filmmaking in Nigeria. Beyond cinema, Abiodun has remained an intellectual force, a public commentator, and a champion of the art, consistently advocating for policies that support creative industries and elevates Nigerian culture on the global stage. For his trailblazing achievements in film, his pioneering role in African storytelling through cinema, and his lifelong dedication to the promotion of Nigerian culture, Abiodun is hereby celebrated and honored at the Ariya Independent Music Festival. Can we have a round of applause?
Thank you so much. Just a few words of thanks for my dear friend, Dele Shaw, the originator of Evergreen Music. I hope his heritage will live on, and his daughter, Dele, who's been working so hard. I'm lucky to belong to a generation that saw how life come about. I remember when I was a kid, Satchmo, the great Louis Armstrong, came to Nigeria. About 1 million people turned up to talk to him. We couldn't hear what he was playing, it was great. So that generation of people who inherited from him, Andrew Scandal, Friday, Chicken Friday, Victor Laya, and above all, the music maestro itself, Stella and Kuti. Everybody say yeah, yeah. Everybody say yeah, yeah. The vagabond, the one with my glass.
Thank you, sir. Please, another round of applause.
You remember this line? Alomode umela, odo umela, kata, opoloye okay mama. But what about this? Kata, you remember? The kata one is there. The story is still relevant. Okay. Please, Van, we're gonna come, we're gonna listen, and so we expect them to be here. As soon as they're ready, we'll bring them on. Please, we are going to have a talk, which more or less is an overview of the music industry in this country in the last 65 years. And then, may I please ask Chief Kunle Odukwa, who is amongst us. Chief, please come to the podium.
I salute the Lagos Waka Chiefs representing the Order of Lagos, as well as the Council of Chiefs of Ibu, who have followed the Ibu. 65 years of Nigerian music. In 20 minutes, it's like trying to run a 65-mile marathon in 20 minutes. But we thank God. If there's any sector that is dynamic in Nigeria today, it is the musical scene. If there's any group of people that have always given us the voice of reason, there are Nigerian musicians, actors, and creative talents. On the eve of independence, Julius Salawa was quick to remind Tafawa Balewa, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, and Awolowo to hold themselves together because of the journey ahead. 3 years after that, what did we have? Then the voice of it is telling that was Robert Ogunde with Yoruba Ronu. Yoruba Ronu became a hit that today it is still relevant. That was the period we had real high-life tunes. Roy Chicago, I remember it was the Dolaya that played at the Independent Ball in 1960 during Nigeria's independence. He did so much. We remember Roy Chicago. I am sorry that I am not able to be singing about because the time is so short. Roy Chicago is a show, somebody has here. Then came the real O1 King, today the Western Nightingale. Today Nightingale plays so much, and you will then always find today Nightingale at the High Society Club. As the 60s was drawing to a close, then came the unexpected and regrettable Civil War. We note the role played by our musicians then, appealing to all sides to allow peace to reign. I remember Professor Chief Dr. Abeni That came up with a Monye soldier. Every school of body soldier. And the guy that do a more soldier. And I was on you, that was chief commander. Abeni has since then my son Dele. Dele also done no this set Lagos on fire, and since then Sonny Admiral has never looked back. Abiodun the Bible. When Abiodun assigned by Gani, I like people who were and Baba mi mo wá ya mo wọ́kọ̀ aya tó fẹ́ ó láti tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ̀ ní aláya katapila. Thank God for you, rest in peace. If Abiodun were to be alive today, you would have seen that those that are bigger than the caterpillar erupted there. Nigeria has never been short of talents. We salute our musicians. Then came highlight beats from Ghana. The Uru Dance Band, E.T. Mensah, his brother, the Ramblers Dance Band, and the Lord of them from Ghana. As a matter of fact, Nigeria was the melting pot of African music. You ask me why? Why the struggle for the liberation of South Africa continued? Most of the ANC members were in Lagos, with most of them following Nigerian musicians, listening to music, and using that to wipe away their sorrow. Nigeria, we thank God today. Yes, a lot of these great minds have passed on. There's only one group of people that don't die, is the musicians. Musicians don't die. They only die in the body, then their voices remain in belly. As if you should call them and then they answer you. Like I said, you cannot take everything. What do we say of most of these great old men that are fled? When Chicago had some problems, we knew what to say. I saw Abadona Yewa Jeka. I saw Abadona Yewa Jeka Loko Jeka. Dara le Mokole Roshika Dara le is peaceful resistance. Victoria was to also play at the installation and coronation of the late Abeni, 30th June 1965. At Abiodun. Then the question is, people used to ask, why is it that Lagos can occupy several musical tunes and genres? Then came the Sakara music. With the late Abiodun as the grandfather of Sakara. I remember I was told by the elders that when most of the people Admiral was to attend the first meeting of Obas from the colony of Lagos with Obas from the province. Because Lagos remains a colony, and there is no Oba that can develop an imaginary empire out of Lagos. Because when passports were issued then, those from Lagos were referred to as citizens of Lagos colony, while the rest were referred to as provincial characters.
And the other said, by the time they got to Ibadan, then I didn't get a go down. You be a ghost, you be a ghost, you a go down. You be a ghost, you. That was 1950 till date. We never had a place like it. Whatever you have, you don't make it to Lagos, is not worth anything. I thank God I was relatively close to the day for the Benson. We have Manila used to play with his team from Kaduna. The power of the musical class was displayed by Bobby Benson. One day, Alhaji Shehu Shagari was calling in his 504. And Bobby Benson said to me, who is that calling? I said, that's the president. My president? I was in the Daily Times there. Bobby Benson now said, ask President Shagari to come and take my body to the following Sunday, we watched that record and put it in front of Kabam Bamboo. That was a great shot at the president. 2 weeks after that, Shagari came out with the message. That shows the power of music. That shows who we are as Nigerians. Then came the great man, and some Kuti as he then was with his student leaders, graduating into Egypt 70. I remember when I came back to assigned a couple of there, when I came up with Dr. one day go give back our people. And that settled it. Today, when I do what you have to come, Lefty Salami's lead drummer took over from me. From there came the Superlative. We knew what they did with traditional Sakara music. Like I said, you can't be taking songs, but we remember this. We remember the contributions of great musicians of yesteryears that have gone. In 65 years, Nigeria has produced more musicians than the whole of the Black race put together. When reggae came in, we knew how Nigerians took reggae music, even to the heights we all never expected. We salute those great minds. Like I said, we're wrapping up. In 60 years, there's no way we can capture 65 years in 20 minutes. But one thing is, people used to ask, is Lagos any traditional music? I say yes. In the palace of the Oba of Lagos, we have the old women group, which we call the Igbe group. The Igbe Chronicles, like we call them, contain the best of Lagos history. I remember in 1925, when the then Oba Dele was deported to the law, not because he offended, but because he was the thorn in the flesh of the British government. Ashuka led Nigeria to resist the water rate law of 1918. When in 1920 Oliver was going to Great Britain to defend the takeover of the Oliver family land, Ashuka gave Oliver the staff of office that was smuggled out at night. And when that staff of office appeared in England, the King of England sent a message that the Dele should send a message that he did not send to Noah and about Macaulay. And the Dele told them, no, we cannot. When the Dele was reported in
his case to the Privy Council. In 1931, when he came back, till today, that song is the only song that was able to capture how the man was deported out of Europe. And then they said, we should be going to not pay. Kotodari moto so, we go. We should be not pay.
Please don't let the applause cease. Continue, please. Continue. That's a narrative of 65 years in some few minutes by Chief Puni.
I will say,
how would have imagined?
today everybody keeps singing Odoronigo.
Chief, I know Chief, there's a song here. Kò sọ́kọ́ tẹ̀lé ká kò sí Waka nínú. Do you remember it? The composer is here.
Sports.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's little you cannot capture 65 years in 20 minutes. Thank you.
I'm still counting. Let me introduce Chief Olukwa Esho Ekpefuao. Thank you. We have here my colleague, please, just a minute. My colleague is here. Let's meet and greet him. Chief Gani Kayode Balogun. He's a journalist. He's the Otun Akpobu of Ibadan land. Osi Are Onokakapo of Yoruba land. DK, stand up, let me see you. That's the man.
To continue then. Now we are moving to the next generation. And we are moving to the next generation and
Okay, so special announcement. We have in our midst His Royal Majesty Olu of Ilawo Kingdom, Professor Alexandra Olusegun McGregor, ably represented by Olori Dr. Omolara McGregor from Egba land. Please let's give a round of applause as we welcome. Thank you very much. We also have the former head of Department Modern European Languages, University of Lagos, University of First Choice, and the nation's pride, Professor Timothy Asobele in the house. Professor Asobele, a round of applause. Please stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. That's it. Queen Ayo Balogun, the female juju musician who has been there for donkey years, decades, waxing strong, and she's still waxing strong and stronger and stronger. Queen Ayo Balogun, you are welcome. A round of applause for Queen Ayo Balogun.